Guys, this is Glam's Auntie and I'm back with a new video. Now today's video is going to be a Glam's talk. Now the thing about it is I normally don't do Glam's talk this often, but so many of you have been sending in Glam talk advice and Glam talk paragraphs that I'm like, I can't sit here and just not read them. So I got my old phone, because you guys know I got a new phone now, and my old phone is on my actual email. So I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple of these off. And like I always say, I might have the same outfit on, but I'm sorry, I just really want to get these done. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first one says, "Hey Tay, I would like to stay anonymous. I want to start off by saying I absolutely love your channel and you. A lot of people come to you about relationships, but I have more of a family issue. My mother had me at a young age of 19 and I'm 16, by the way. We had a fairly good relationship in my adolescent years, and she had a lot of men coming in and out of our lives to the point where I got used to it and just stopped getting attached to the men she'd bring around. Yes, my father is actively in my life, but he's remarried, and my biological mother was bitter towards that and made my life difficult about that. It made my life difficult. In about 2008, I want to say a new man came, and I'm going to call him Jared. You'll see why in a minute. Jared came into our life and made everything different. He bought us gifts, he took us out to dinner, he provided for our household and made my mother's life a lot easier. Jared and I had created a bond, and I loved him as if he was a stepfather and respected him. I could talk to him about anything. Time goes by, and in 2011, my mother tells me that she is pregnant. I was so excited, I couldn't wait to have a younger sibling. 9 months later, my beautiful little sister came into the world, and I love her to pieces, and this is where the issue begins. When my sister was born, I was in 6th grade, 11 years old, and kind of rowdy. My mother was busy taking care of my baby sister, so I was over at my dad's house more often. My dad loved getting me nice things and taking me and my stepmother out, and still does to this day. So when I came back, I would tell my mom and Jared about the cool things I do with my dad. One day I was telling my mom about something I did, and she said, "Nobody want to hear about that shit." It hurt my feelings, and I kind of shut down after that. I mean, what parent doesn't want to hear how much fun they had? What parent doesn't want to hear how much fun their child had with their father? I wasn't saying it to brag. I was young and I was just excited. Fast forward to 2014, I was in the 9th grade, lived with my mother, and my older cousin had started living with us, being that we was going to the same high school. Jared had started taking us to school every day because my mother worked early, and everything was fine until I started getting in trouble at school. I was skipping class, getting suspended, failing everything, and started doing things with boys that I shouldn't have done. No, I didn't have sex, but I was doing the little childish, touchy-feely things with them. Being a little hoe, my mom had to take my phone. After all that, one of my friends had given me another one to use. My mom eventually found that phone, went through the messages, and saw I was talking to this boy. Saw me and this boy were talking, thought I was pregnant. She had scheduled me a doctor's appointment for about 2 weeks later and caught hell every day until the appointment. I was overwhelmed and decided to run away from home. I went to one of my friend's house and was later found by my parents and the police. By the way, I ran away the day after the doctor's appointment, which made me look guilty. Of course, all my tests came back negative because I didn't get that in depth with any boy. This is when things with Jared got weird. My cousin had moved out a month prior to me running away, so it was only Jared and I on our rides to school, and Jared started off telling me I was cute as hell and I looked just like my mother. Then it turned into him calling me his little girlfriend and giving me $100 a week. I never thought anything of it because he's like a dad to me. At this point, I was strange, but I just shook it off until this day. Jared took a weird way to get to my school this specific day, but I had a weird feel about him. For a while, I decided to sit in the back seat, so I just wouldn't have to look at him or interact. He got angry at this. He said, "Why the fuck are you sitting in the back seat like you retarded or something? Get your ass in the front." And I said no, and he got angry and angry. Then he said, "You belong to me. Now get your ass in the front seat." At this point, I was scared. He started driving really fast in the total wrong direction until we ended up in a familiar alley that we passed sometimes to get to school. He moved between those trees, hopped in the back, and continued to attempt to rape me. Whoa. I fought him off. I got out the car and ran as fast as I could to a busy street and walked all the way to school. I was crying, so everyone was asking what was wrong, but I just wanted to talk to my counselor. After I talked to her, she called my mom and told her everything that happened. My mom said she'd tell my dad. My dad came to pick me up from school that day, and when I got into the car, he was acting normal. He was happy to see me. I'm just like, what the fuck? So I told him to call my mom and ask her what happened today. I honestly believe she didn't. I believe that if I didn't, she wouldn't have done it. My mom downplayed the whole thing to make it seem like those weren't his intentions, and he was just trying to make me feel loved after he found out what I was doing. Those things with boys, so that's acceptable. She was talking to me like I was wrong for telling her. She led me to believe I was innocent until my stepmom told me that she called her and told her that I'm a liar. I exaggerated the whole thing, and she got the story from him, and I was trying to ruin their relationship. That broke my heart. See, some of this long story, my mother still fucks with him and deals with this man. She kicked me out the house to move him in, and she chose him over me. Now she wants a relationship with me. I refuse. Should I give her a chance? Am I holding a grudge over something petty? Should I cut the ties unless it's for my sister's sake? Just give me your opinion, everything. Can you speak on the truth of how you feel about my mom? Everyone in my family does. But yeah. Okay. Damn. That was a lot. So first things first, her mom normally had guys in and out the house. Her mom finally starts dating this guy. To sum it all up, the guy had been there since she was very young, and then he tried to rape her, and then her mom tried to downplay the whole thing. For one, I feel like your mom is very bitter. Like, my eye is like watering or something. I'm sorry, but I feel like your mom is very bitter. Like, for one thing, I remember the same thing. Like, I remember when I would go with my dad back when I, would deal with my father, and I would come back and tell my mom, oh, he took me shopping, or oh, he got my ears pierced, or oh, this, and my mom still would listen to me. So I feel like regardless of how she feels about him as you as a young child, she still should have listened to you. I don't feel like you were bragging because you're a child, and on top of that, you were a child at the time, and on top of that, you were sharing with your mother what you were excited about. Like those things to you, going shopping or getting things or going to places, is a big deal at a young age. So I feel like that was a little bitter on her part. Far as with your mom now, to be honest, at the end of the day, you only get one mom, and that is true. But I feel like you shouldn't deal with her unless when you're ready to deal with her. And I wouldn't deal with my mom unless I was able to 100% completely forgive her, because there's no point in trying to build a relationship with her and you 20% forgive her or you 50% forgive her, because at the end of the day, you're still carrying that grudge within you. You're still mad at her for what she done to you. So I would allow her to mend the relationship, but only when you're ready and on your time, not on her time. When you're ready to mend the relationship and you're ready for her to be back in your life, then I would continue with that. Far as with your sister, regardless, you should still be able to have a relationship with your sister. I understand that's her mother though, and she's very young, so maybe that's why you're not able to have the closest relationship you will want with her. But I just feel like your mom's bitter, mad, and I feel like your mother's probably been through a lot, and on top of that, that's why she chose this. She's been through a lot. Not saying that's like acceptable, but that's why she chose this man over you, because like you said, at the beginning of the story, that she had men in and out of her life, men in and out of your life and her life at the beginning, and then she finally found someone that stuck around. So I feel like she found somebody, she doesn't want to give this person up, and that's why she's trying to protect this person and make up excuses for what he done, which was completely unacceptable. I just feel like you should, and then on top of that, your father and your stepmom, regardless, you clearly have had a good relationship with your dad the whole time. I would continue to live with him. I would continue to talk to him. I would even reach out to him and ask him what does he think you should do on that aspect, because I mean, I only read what you said to me. I don't know the 100% true story. I'm sure your dad knows more than me, but you clearly could ask him what you should do in the whole situation. Now, far as the stepmom, I understand you have a relationship with her, but she said that your mom said that you lied and you exaggerated the whole thing. Well, let me tell you something. If you didn't hear your mom say that, then I wouldn't take that into consideration, just because what is it here? What is it? You don't believe everything. You don't believe everything that you see. You don't believe everything that you hear, and you believe half of what you see. So I feel like, who knows, the stepmom could have been lying. She might not be, but who knows? So that's why I said with the stepmom, I clearly wouldn't even, I would discredit that. But as far as with your mom, you said that she's doing actions that's saying that she's still taking this guy into consideration. So if that's the case, I clearly would really I understand that. I clearly believe that she chose him over you, but I feel like in a sense, don't believe what other people are telling you. You have to hear from your own mouth, because you don't know if anybody is trying to sabotage relationships between y'all two. Honestly. So with the stepmom, when she's saying that, she said it, okay. But then you see the actions of your mom doing it, so that's one thing. So what I want to say about that is don't believe everything that you hear and all that, even though the circumstance. But just talk to your dad about it. I would pray about it. I honestly wouldn't talk to her though until I feel like I could forgive her. If you're not ready to forgive her, then you just let that transpire out until you are. I know life is short and you don't want to regret things, but then the thing is, what about me? What about my feelings? So you need to honestly make sure you're good completely before you even indulge in this. But if you guys, I definitely want y'all to comment below and help her out and what y'all think and things like that, because this is a very, very serious topic. And on top of that, like I said, I wouldn't move back in the house. Shit, I wouldn't even feel comfortable being around him. And after that, like, who knows, it could be worse next time. Then on top of that, he might be even really mad because you just said something, but then he's gonna say you're his and all this other stuff. Like, nigga, no, I'm not. So yeah. Also, if anybody else wants a glam talk, definitely email me at glamazanteadvice@gmail.com, and I can help you out and read your scenario and basically give you my advice on it, as well as the Glam Squad, and they will comment below. So yeah, you guys comment below on that one, because that was pretty serious. One of the more serious ones I've had so far. Okay, so this is the next one. This is a long one too. Okay. This one's a long one too, so we might be really doing a lot of glam talk today. Okay, so dear Glamazante, let me start off by saying I'm a big fan of everything you do, and I support you and wish you the best in life. Thank you so much. Here's where I need advice. I'm a bisexual 20-year-old woman. I recently broke up with my girlfriend of a year. Me and my ex-girlfriend didn't break up angry. Our relationship didn't end because we lost interest in each other. We had a huge falling out because we both had busy schedules and couldn't find much time to be together. But it wasn't always this way. Her schedule became busier than mine, so even at times when I had free time, she was working or had other things to do, which was understandable but still sucked. One day it came up that while we were together and things got emotional, and it ended with her telling me she loves me and she was sorry that she couldn't make me happy, even though I believe she did in other ways. Even though we are no longer together, we're close enough that we try to be friends. She's seeing someone else now, and we both still love each other, and we can't help but flirt a little bit when we're together. Because my feelings for her have not changed, I find it very hard to spend time with her sometimes, because I know I'm supposed to treat her the same way I used to. Half of me misses her so much that it hurts, but the other half knows that if we get back together, the same problems will reoccur. She wants me to get to know her boyfriend, and I wasn't really comfortable with it, but I didn't say no because I didn't want him to feel weird about me only talking to her when he's not around. I think she has picked up on the fact that I feel uncomfortable at times when he's around, because I'll either try to excuse myself from the situation or become awkwardly quiet. Our original intention was to try to be friends, but it hurts to see her with him, and I don't think I could ever be cool with it. After a lot of thought, I came to the conclusion that if I'm ever going to get over her, I have to leave the picture. As long as I'm with her, the feelings will be involved, and I don't want to ruin what she has with her boyfriend, because he seems like a good guy and he treats her well. She and I talked one day, and I told her how I feel, and she told me that even though they're dating, she sees him more like a supportive friend, and I'm the one she would rather be with, but she feels the same way I do about the outcome of us getting back together. She wants to find someone who's better than her, and I told her I think I should walk out of her life. That's way my jealousy wouldn't get in the way of her new relationship. When I told her that, she got upset and started crying. She told me that she still wants me in her life. She doesn't want me to go because I'm important to her, and we've always been there for each other. And not only was she my lover, but my best friend. I do want to be there to support her, but it's also hard to watch her move along. It's been a week and I'm still thinking about what I should do. Should I leave anyway, even though it'll be hard for both of us, or should I continue to be there for her and pray that that my feelings will eventually go away? I'm really lost at this point. P.S. Don't rush to answer this. I know you got a lot of advice requests, and I don't want you to stress. Thanks so much. Okay, girl. You're so sweet. Thank you. Okay, so basically, her and her girlfriend was together. They broke up. Her girlfriend has a boyfriend now, and they trying to become friends, but the one that is single clearly still has feelings for the other one. They both said they have feelings for each other, but they know they shouldn't get back together. So first things first is, okay, so I don't understand, if she didn't have enough time to be in a relationship with you, how does she have enough time to be in another relationship? Regardless if he had things to do or not, I feel like if y'all really wanted to make it work, you could. I know at one point in my past relationship, I was working, going to school, and then my partner was working and going to school as well, and we barely got to see each other. The only time we really even got to see each other was at nighttime when we went to sleep, or nighttime when we was cooking dinner together, and sometimes we didn't even get to eat dinner together, and this went on for almost a year. So it was just one of the things where that was enough to hold us together because we loved each other that much. So I don't understand how she doesn't have time to be with you, but she has time to be with someone else. Now, personally, this is my own belief. I feel like you're saying that you want to be with her and you still have feelings for her. I personally know, for me, if you still have feelings for someone or you still want to be with someone, you cannot talk to them at all. You have to cut off all ties of communication. Otherwise, it gets really easy, like you said, to get jealous, feelings to get conflicted. It gets hard to detach your feelings from this person, and because you have such a routine with this person, you're used to talking to them, I feel like it's hard. Now, if she wants to be, she's crying, she's upset, okay, that's understandable, but you have to do what's best for you. I feel like you really have to cut all ties off. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be extremely hard to be cutting ties with someone that is your lover and your best friend, trust me. So if you want to get over this and break from this healthy and reassure yourself that you can move on, you have to cut it off. You have to cut ties of communication. You might have to change your number. You might have to not even look at her social media platforms. Whatever you have to do, you have to do that, because if not, it's a constant reminder. Then on top of that, I understand why it's hard for you and to see her with somebody else, because I mean, you love her, but clearly that's the decision she's made right now. I just don't understand how, if y'all don't have enough time to be in a relationship together, how does she have enough time to be in a relationship with someone else? And then if y'all are friends, y'all see each other enough to be friends, but y'all don't see each other enough to be a relationship. Like, it doesn't take much to be in a relationship. I mean, it takes a lot of effort and mental stability, but it doesn't take a lot of physical to be in a relationship. It doesn't. Like, I've been in long distance relationships before where the person is like miles away, and you know, just talking to that person and having that satisfaction of that person's presence, it's enough. So I don't get that whole thing, but I really feel like you should just cut all communication off. So you guys, let her know in the comments below what you think about the whole situation and what you think she should do. I personally feel like she should just cut communication with the girl and the guy and let that be done. And then if y'all two fall back into each other's lap, that's one thing, but I just don't understand how she has enough time to be in a relationship with someone else and not you. So that doesn't make sense to me. So maybe she wasn't there fully in a relationship. Maybe that was just an excuse that she used to get away, because I feel like at the end of the day, if you want to be with somebody, you make sacrifices and do things so that you and that person can be together. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this Glam Talk. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. Mwah!